give it a few minutes. It seems to be liking to pend at the moment. There we are. And when you're ready, action.
Hey.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. Coping in this crazy lockdown world, you know?
How is Tina?
Um, she's good. I haven't been able to see them much because, you know, lockdown and all, but we call every week.
Yeah, I get you. Listen, are you coming to the parties, to Mark's party?
Yeah, I should be there. It's been a long time since lockdown. I really want to get back and have some fun with the mates, you know, and have a nice couple of drinks. Can't wait.
Yeah, we deserve it.
Yeah, after all the hard work we put in. Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I got lost. I don't remember who is this. Sorry, I am James, right?
Yeah, you're James.
Yeah, you're James. I'm Adam.
Sorry, I got...
It's okay. It's just after the like when Adam just says haven't been able to see you in lockdown. You put like good. I just would like a little bit of improv there, just like a bit of formal chit chat, like how everything's going. Then it goes into, and then Adam changes the conversation to why are you going to the party. And
Okay.
Then
Yeah. Okay. Should we restart from the beginning?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You ready? Let's do it. Hey.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. Coping this crazy lockdown world, you know.
I know it's terrible. How is Tina?
She's good. I haven't been able to see her much because, you know, lockdown and all, but we call every week.
Just cool. You didn't see each other.
No. We were just talking on the phone, you know, a little fun talk, and all that. It was nice. Nice little talk.
But she's okay, right?
Yeah. She's great. Yeah, she's waiting for lockdown to end. Really, she's been really pissed off with the way that everything's being handled with the guidelines, and she wants to get back to normal. You know what it's like.
Yeah,
Same
especially
for
I think
us.
of work. I think it's terrible, no?
Yeah. Tell me about it. All the new stuff you have to put in at work and the
Yeah.
stuff. Oh, it's horrible. Yeah.
But the reason why I'm calling you because you know that Marx is throwing a party. And I want to ask you, are you coming?
Yeah. I should be able to attend the party. I can't wait. Really, getting a few drinks.
Are you coming with Tina or by yourself?
I am coming with Tina. We're hopefully coming together, you know, and
oh, really?
fun. Yeah. She said she can't wait, and she's looking forward to getting back to the norm. So yeah, I invited her along, and she said, yeah, absolutely fine.
Okay. You know, I think I might come with someone.
Okay. I mean, that's great. Who's the lucky lady?
Someone special.
Tabs.
No. Tabs? No, you know that I despise her. I mean, we are friends, but nah.
Okay. Then who, mate? Who?
I mean,
James. Who?
Okay, so I will say straight, like I don't want to hear anything. I will say it like it is, okay? I will go with Tina. Okay, it's nice that you laugh.
Are you being serious? I mean, come on.
No, I am. This is the reason why I asked you if she was joining you, because we talk and we decided to go public and we are coming to the party together.
What?
Yeah. I'm sorry, but I mean, I know that we are friends, but lockdown has been, I think, tough for everyone. And Tina and I, we live together. I mean, we not together. I mean, not yet, but we live close to each other, so we had more opportunity to see each other, more than you.
How long has this been going on?
Basically, or lockdown. We start basically texting each other, because the word is restriction. You couldn't see anyone, but she's down the road, so we were able to talk. She told me that you had some problem with her. She confessed, she released her emotions, and I don't know, things start ramping up. We start getting closer.
No. Seriously. How long?
Before the lockdown, do you remember that we went to the last party before? I think I don't know. I think we were tipsy. So you went to the bathroom and I don't know. We were like dancing and and we kissed. But it was like in that moment it didn't mean anything. When you drink and then you came and I mean we were both embarrassed. I didn't say anything to you because it was like a silly game. The problem started later than during lockdown when we start seeing each other. But it wasn't immediately, it was after a while. And then I think we weren't able, I don't know, to manage the situation anymore. I know it sucks. I know.
So,
Yeah.
bear in mind, like I said, we're in lockdown, right? And you mentioned that you and her sort of got into the same bubble, and
Yeah.
so what you're meaning to tell me is you risked both your lives just for what? A bit of fun.
Yeah. I know. I know. I mean, maybe I should have told you before, maybe not in this way, like with the party and make it public. But you know me, I don't know how to manage these things. They happen, and I don't know. I lose control, and I can't. I don't know. But I mean, it wasn't. Tina is not. It wasn't, and it is not the girl for you. You had so many problems, so many issues, so many fight with her. Every time we went out, there was a problem with you two.
I loved her, all right? Yes, I did. I loved her. And what? You behind my back, you're meant to be my best mate. And you go behind my back and decide, yeah, you know what? I'm going to go with his own girlfriend that I know that Adam is in love with. James, why the fuck would you do that? Why?
I mean, yeah. If you put it in this way, yes. I mean, we are best friends. We have known each other for 20 years. It's true. But I mean, I don't know. Maybe it started as I was her confidant, so she was talking, releasing emotion, and I was trying to make things better for you too. But then she wasn't happy, and also you are. I mean, you weren't happy. I remember all the time that we spoke about it. So I think, I mean, I know it would sound ridiculous, but you should say thank you. But I break something that doesn't work for you two, and you
Thank
should
you.
be.
Thank you. Did you just realize how bad that
I
was?
know it's sad. No, I know.
You said to me, right, that you were happy for me and her, and you did.
I
And
was,
how the hell would you now, after you promised me that you would never do it, something like this to me, right? You always promised, and now you did this. You decided to do this behind my fucking back.
I know. I know. I know. I mean, I could give you many explanations, but they wouldn't stand. I mean, yeah, I remember when we were little in the garden with these two things, and we promised each other to look after each other and not hurting anyone, and no girls could come across. But then, I mean, we were 10, but then I don't know. I told you, I don't know. I cannot control my emotions sometimes, and I know it sounds bad because you're my best friend, but you cannot command your heart. And I, I mean, I understand your frustration, and I know you will never forgive me, and I will try to do all I can and all it takes for you to forgive me and be happy for me and Tina. But at the moment, this is it.
There is something that you're not telling me. I know there is something you're not telling me about this. You're not being completely honest. There is something you're holding back.
So
I
there is
think it'll be now the time to tell me the thing you're hiding back with Tina. Tell me.
So the reason why I'm asking you, like, what can I do for you to forgive me? And it's going to take times, is also because this situation cannot be reversed anymore. Because obviously we starting getting closer during lockdown. We start getting more physical. But last month we find out that she's pregnant. And obviously, there are no other there are no other solution. I cannot do anything here. I cannot ask her like to go to the hospital and to remove it. I should take now full responsibility and go ahead.
How long has she been pregnant?
1 month. We find out last month, so I assume she's 2 months. I know it's a lot of to take in, especially because I know I'm a piece of crap and shit that I'm telling you this because I don't know, but as I said, nothing was intentional. There was no scheme behind this. There was nothing like, no, we should hurt him, we should do this. It happens.
You have ruined my life. I
Don't say
was
that.
going to propose to her. I was thinking about it. And now I can't, can I? Clearly, because you're now got a child with her on the way, and she's left me for you. And look, you're happy. So well done. You've
I'm not
fucked everything up.
because it's true. I'm happy with her and for the baby, but I will lose my best friend. And if there is anything that I can, there are no more justification or explanation that I can give you, but I really hope that in the bottom of your heart, not now because I know it's going to take times, you are going to find a reason, at least, to be able to talk to me in the future. Or if I can do something for you, that we can make up this situation and maybe laugh in the future. Because I didn't want to have a baby, but it happens. And
I can't believe you, of all people, my best friend, would betray my trust like this.
I know. But then, as I said, I cannot command my heart. It happens. We could hide everything, go to the hospital, she can go for abortion and hide and forgive, and forget everything. But we want to be honest because we love each other. We really do. I care for her, she cares for me. We have an agreement, something that I think you didn't have with her. And you cannot say the opposite, because I remember all the time that you called me crying, and the way she called me crying, that you cannot say that you were about to propose. You are saying this just because now you want to feel me guilty, and I understand, and I feel guilty, I feel shit, but don't stab me more unnecessarily. Let's work something out to be friend again, or at least a sort of friendship. What do you think?
Sorry is not going to cut it. I hope you and Tina are happy.
So there is no way that you can forgive me in the future? There is no fucking way after 25 years? And be happy that I finally found the love of my life?
I don't know. I can't say yes, and I can't say no. But I can't say that I can, admit to your being sorry. I can't forgive you. Not yet, anyhow.
I know. It's going to take time. But what would you have done if you were in my shoes? Would you renounce to the love of your life just for a friendship? Or you would go all the way and then sort out your friendship?
Friends first. It's always been, that's the way it is for me. You know that. I put my friends before anyone else.
Yeah, it's easy to say when you are not in the situation. That was the thing that I thought at the beginning when everything happened. But then you cannot control your emotion. You feel your emotion. You feel your heartbeat more and more when I was closer to her. And I couldn't deny that. Yeah, it's true. If I would be like the best of friends, I would say no to Tina and stay with you. But I would become depressed, unhappy, destroyed. And then especially to see Tina sacrificing like her happiness to marry you.
Yeah.
I think, it's not really fair. And I think you wouldn't do this either.
I now see your point of view on it, but I would like some time alone now.
Yeah,
So
but it's fine.
goodbye for now.
I don't know, when you feel ready to talk or to meet up with me and Tina maybe, or separate. Yeah.
I will.
And I really promise you I will try to do as much as I can to save our friendship.
Okay.
I know that I destroyed and it's going to take times and times. But promise that I will do my best if you give me the opportunity.
I promise I will. Now, please. Now, just go. Goodbye.
Okay, cut. I really liked that. That was a good take. I liked the mixing of pulling in some of those scripted parts, then improvising off of them. That's fine. I think it really works because it's using the script as a basis, and some of those lines are being brought in, but also we're kind of mixing it a little, and I like the improv meet and then sometimes like when you want to pull it back to those little scripted bits, it goes back to it, but then goes into another layer of improv, which I like. I think it gives more structure than the previous time, which is what I was going for. Because the previous time I felt like I'd improved it from my last improv, but I just wanted to refine it again since this is the last time. But yeah, I really liked it. If we could try like another take, just maybe doing a bit more of the scripted part with these in these roles, then we'll switch them for another couple of takes, and then I think we'll do the final take because in a weird way we've kind of already done like an audition, like like a practice of this last week or the week before, so you kind of know where you guys' strengths are at. Aaron, I'm really liking you get angry quite well, and you kind of get into that nice headspace really well. And Mirko, I like that you're playing like James is like very like trying to like make it up to Adam, but maybe he can be a bit more defensive at times.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe just like, because I understand he's agreeing with it because he wants to make amends. He doesn't want to lose the friendship. There's only so much being yelled at someone can take before they, yell back. So I think maybe he try and defend himself, like, it's not as bad as it looks and stuff like that, or it sounds, and it can get better. And I like that he kind of calms down, like explains it. But I think maybe just a little bit more bite would be good at part times. But yeah, other than that, I'm really happy with this take. If we could try another one with you two in your same roles, then we'll do two with the roles reversed, and then which one do you prefer? We'll do a final take that I record separately, and then I think we're sorted.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. When you're ready, if we can take another take with Aaron, you as Adam, and Mirko as James. Let's go.
Okay. Hey.
Hey, Adam, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. Coping in this crazy lockdown world,
I know. How is Tina?
They're good. I haven't been able to see them much because, lockdown and all, but we call every week.
Yeah, I think she's suffering now with this new guideline from the government, no?
Especially. Yeah, it's nightmare. At where she works, she told me the other day it's terrible because she hates wearing the mask because she gets so claustrophobic wearing all the masks and the visors, and she has to put it on all the time she's working there. So it's an absolute nightmare.
I know, I remember. Yeah. Listen, I was calling you because that Marx is throwing a party. Are you joining us?
Yeah. He messaged me yesterday actually, and I said I would be more than happy to come along, and Tina wants to come along also. So I said, put us both down, we will both go.
Is she coming?
Yeah, she's coming. She's going to turn up with me on the day, and she's getting ready to actually finally get back into some partying, after all this time.
She deserves it. I mean, she's working really hard.
Yeah.
Listen, I want to speak to you about something because I will come to the party as well, but I will be escorted by someone.
Okay. That's great. So, who's the lucky lady, mate?
So, okay. Let's put it in this way. It's someone that you know really well. I don't know how to say this.
Oh, yeah, Tabs.
Tabs. You know that I despise her. We cannot stay in the same room for 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's true. No. Then who? Who, mate? Tell me, who's the lucky girl?
Try one more time. If it's not the one that you mentioned, there are not many other girls in the group.
Okay. Oh, Emily.
Emily.
Yeah.
Not her. Closer to you?
No.
Okay, that's fine. It's Tina. Okay, I was supposed to tell you, but
No.
no, I'm serious.
You're having a laugh, mate. It can't be. It can't be. Don't
No,
make me laugh.
it's not a joke. It's Tina. We were supposed to tell you together before the party, but
Are you being serious? I mean, come on. It's a funny joke and all, but come on.
no, it's not a joke. Here we are talking about real feeling that we both, Tina and I, feel, and and I, as best friend, I need to discuss this with you before the situation is getting bigger and bigger. So, I mean, lockdown was tough for everyone, but Tina and I live like 2 minutes away from each other. So when lockdown started, we started seeing each other, even though we couldn't because for the rule of the government and etc. and etc. But it was an opportunity at least to see a human being. And she was telling me the story, like she was confessing that things with you two weren't going very well. You were calling me that the situation was getting worse. And I don't know, we start entering in this emotional field until I fell in love with her.
What? So, hang on. Just to recap. How long the fuck has this been going on?
Oh, look,
How long?
1 year. I mean, no, maybe it's not. I mean, these things I cannot tell you now. Let's say 1 year.
Right.
1 year.
Throughout lockdown, then, you let me guess, you were in the same bubble and you were together at the same time she was in with me. You know, that's illegal, right? And you've just risked both of your lives. What? Just for a bit of fun?
It wasn't fun. That's love. That's love. That's it, something that there wasn't between you two. Because you and her as well crying to me that you weren't happy. But now Tina and I are happy because we really love each other. We love to take care of each other. You weren't like this, Aaron. And you weren't like this. You were unhappy. You were every time crying about her. All the time that we were going out, there was a scene or an episode, something very embarrassing between you two.
I felt love for her, and you cannot say I didn't. I did.
Yeah,
Okay, it was real for me.
I don't know. This is not something that I recall. I remember that you weren't like, yeah, at the beginning you were happy, but then she wasn't. She came to me. And, I mean, I know, I mean, I shouldn't have said in this way because obviously we are best friends. We have known each other for 20 or more years. But, for me, this kind of situation, they don't happen to me and I cannot control them and I don't know what to say, how to manage. Because I don't want to hurt you as well, because you are my best friend. I know it sounds a little bit ridiculous, like that, yeah. But
There's
thinking,
something you're hiding. I know there is because you can't lie to me. I can tell by your voice. There's something you're hiding. You've got to tell me now. You've told me this, okay? You tell me everything. You tell me absolutely everything about what is going on now.
it's true. I should say the truth, and the truth should be. So the reason why I don't feel guilty is because something else happened out of our control, and we cannot go back in time to reverse this situation. But last month, I mean, we had the glass, we get physical, but then we find out that she's pregnant. I know.
How long?
She took the test. I think it was last month. Yeah. So we think 2 months, but we weren't sure at the beginning. I mean, at the beginning we didn't know. When she started feeling unwell, she vomited a few times. Then we had a doubt, and there we thought, "Fuck! Now what we are going to say? What we are going to do?" I mean, I don't want to lose you as a friend, but I don't want also to lose her because I really love her. And I know it's a lot of to take in because I know that here sacrifice must be.
I can't believe you. Of all people, my best friend would betray me like this.
I know, but you cannot command your heart. It's true. We made that promise when we were 10 years old that no women will come across our path. But James, I cannot control my feeling. I cannot say honestly, fuck off to Tina and be unhappy for the rest of my life. I can't. I can't. Like the way we live our relationship now, it's completely different the way you live it. I smile, she smiles. You weren't smiling. You weren't happy. And I know it's going to take times because I'm pretty sure that in the bottom of your heart, you know that I'm right. You are going to forgive me. I hope.
Forgive you. Well, I'm sorry, but no, that's not going to cut it. I hope
So what else
that you and Tina are happy with what you've done.
Sadly, we are. We are happy. We have a child coming. We want to get married. We want to build a family. And I know it's hard, but as I said, I cannot we are talking about happiness. I know it's a lot of to take in for you, but soon you're going to realize that she wasn't the one. Am I right? Tell me the truth. Was she the one? How many times you call me saying, my God, I cannot stay in this relationship anymore. She's so controlling. She's so aggressive. How many times did you cry for her?
Yeah. I suppose you are right. It's
I
true.
know it's not something that your best friend should do and all the best friends should do, but it happens.
It's true. We did fight.
And if you remember, when we promised to each other, no women across, we made another promise, love beyond everything. And this is love.
Yeah. You're not wrong. You're
And
not wrong. I wasn't happy for getting on for 2 years now.
yeah, I remember.
Yeah. You're right.
And
That's the worst thing about this is I can't be mad at you, really. I should be mad at myself for this.
you shouldn't be mad at yourself. You are a human being, and obviously, I would react in the same way, maybe worse. It's going to take time for me to understand all of this situation. But then eventually I will get to the point that I will understand it, and maybe we are going to laugh in 10 years about this.
Yeah.
I know that you're upset, and I will give you space and time just to think about it. But then if there is something that I can do for you, I will do.
I will have to obviously think on what has been said and all this today.
Yeah.
No matter how truthful it is, because you're right. It is the truth. But I think I will be able to forgive you, and I will be able to look past this and be able to move on.
Can I just ask you a favor?
Yeah.
I know I shouldn't be in the position to ask you something, but since I release all this information, can you not please call Tina until you make up your mind? And before you come to me, and then you're going to call her. Please.
I will. Yeah.
Thank you.
Goodbye for now.
Okay, that was a really good take. I like the calm down. I liked where it went. It went somewhere different, which I thought was nice. It went somewhere more emotional and quiet, which is a place I wasn't expecting it to go, but I was very happy to see it go that way. I really enjoyed that because we've got like the more angry kind of aggression version of that, and then we've got like a nice calm version, which is what I like. That even though there are some scripted sections here, the way you've improved around them and you've gone back to some of those lines, but they've been delivered in such a different way that they really change. It's well, like even if you're got a bit of a script, that's why I always like improv, because you can just change those lines into something completely different, and I love them. I love it. If we could try switching the roles now.
Can I just take a glass of water, please?
Yeah. Take a quick break if you need it. Yeah, absolutely. We've got plenty of time. We're making good leeway. It's yeah.
Yeah, I felt that it needed to go in a different direction. Part of me just thought, change it, see what happens.
That's fine. I'm enjoying the. I think the mix of scripted and improv is a really cool thing to be messing with. I wasn't sure if it was going to work, but I think it is. I think you both like really taking the, using the script as a basis is really fun to do. I think, and it kind of, it's going a lot better than I think any of my other things. I think this is a good one to end on. So I think it's going well.
Because before doing this, I was with my acting coach, and we were just on about looking at scripts in a different way. It's really funny how it's what I've just been doing in that session. My acting coach has now come on to this and using it straight away in this. It's weird.
Yeah, well, it's fresh in your head as well, so it's good to be using it now. So definitely use it as much as you can, because I think it's going well. But yeah, if we want to try a take where a couple of takes where we reverse it, and then we'll do like the final take where I'll let you decide who you want to play and where you think you're doing best at. And then, so what will happen is we'll do two more takes on this recording, and I'll stop recording, and then we'll do a final take.
Okay.
Which is just going to record that, so it's just the one take recorded. Okay, so when you're ready, this time, Aaron, you'll be playing James, and Meko, you'll be playing Adam. So when you're ready.
Okay. Hey, James, how are you?
Hi, I'm good, thank you. Yourself?
Oh my God, I'm coping with this lockdown. I'm getting mental, to be honest. I can't.
I get you. How's Tina?
She's good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I couldn't see. I mean, we live in two different cities, and with these new guidelines, we cannot see each other. So it's pretty tough. So it's just basically video call, video call. And she's stressed about her work because, you need now to wear the face mask and everything. So, yeah, she's not really in a good place at the moment. But, yeah, she's okay.
It's good that you're still keeping in contact. That's really good. Are you going to Mark's party, by the way? I know we're having a party to celebrate, the end of lockdown and coming out with more restrictions. Just wonder if you're coming at all.
You see, look at me. I'm saying yes because I can't wait, to be honest. Oh, I need to have fun. Tina and I we deserve a night out with friends, drinks, some food. Yeah, I can't wait actually. What about you? Are you coming?
Yeah. I'm coming. It should be great, to get to talk back to some of the old friends we haven't seen going on for a year now. The way things are going.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's
And maybe you're going to find a girlfriend in the
uh,
party.
yeah. You, you, okay, that's kind of why I called you.
Okay.
Um, I might be bringing well, perhaps someone special, perhaps.
Okay, so my job is done. Who is coming? Who is joining
Uh,
you?
uh, uh, take a guess.
Okay. Is in our group, right?
Yeah, you know her really well, actually.
Samantha?
Samantha.
Yeah, no, it's
God, no.
okay. Yeah, it would be weird to be honest. Yes.
Yeah,
Is a girl, right?
yeah.
Okay. So Samantha, no. Emily?
Emily. No, not for me, I'm afraid. No. Try and look a bit closer.
I mean, if it's not Emily, if it's not Samantha, who is Tina? I was joking.
I'm sorry, mate, but I don't know how to tell you this.
Well,
I didn't want to say it because it's going to go public soon anyway, and people will find out. I'm going out with Tina.
but I was joking. I mean, I understand what I mean, I play, but
I ain't joking. I'm being deadly serious.
no, sorry. What do you mean you're going out with Tina? When and how? And yes, a friend, I understand.
I suppose I better explain. Okay. Now, I'm sorry about this, mate. I really, really am.
Yeah.
I love her. I have feelings for her, and I always have had feelings for her. So what happened was just before, you know, after lockdown, we should say, um, because she lived quite close to me, we're only a few
Mention
houses away from another, aren't we? Yeah.
yeah.
Um, Me and her decided to meet up in a sort of same social bubble when the restrictions got a little bit, better. And one thing led to another, I'm afraid. Um, it
What
got
do you mean
physical.
physical?
Mm.
No, okay, just a second. So you, okay, I understand you're in lockdown, you live closer, you see each other. First of all, you broke the rule, but it's okay. I don't understand from friendship to physical how you can get to. How?
Okay. We've been going out with each other for, let's just say, before lockdown, behind your back.
How come? If we were always together.
Uh, the truth is, you wasn't happy, was you? You always told me you wasn't happy. You always rang me up and said, "Hey, James, I'm not happy because she's either said this to me or said that to me or whatnot." It was always a heated relationship. Well,
Yeah,
she
but
did the
what's the
same to me as
connection?
well.
Yeah, but what's the connection between I'm not happy like my best friend, she's screwing my girlfriend? What? Like, I don't understand it. Like,
I love her
you love.
more than what you could have ever loved her.
I love her too. So what we're going to do about it? Why you have to? Are you jealous that I had the relationship? That I was happy? Yeah, it's true. We had problems, but we had a relationship.
She doesn't like you.
Oh, really? And and you are the messenger to telling me that.
Yes.
And you too, for just for a little bit fun, you start getting physical, and then you enter in this marvelous relationship. And before lockdown, so now basically, if I'm able to count, it's going to be 1 year and 3 months.
Yeah. 1 year, 3 months.
So all the time we were making video calls, like group video calls, you two were already together.
Yeah.
Wow. And that was the imbecile there, the stupid one.
And everyone knows, by the way. It's about to go public.
Shall I clap your hands?
No. No.
No, okay, sorry. But do you remember when we were 10 years old?
Yes, we made a promise. I
Yeah,
know
we made
that.
a promise. We made a promise. Do you remember the exact word that we said?
Yes.
Say it loud. Say it.
Best friends
Yes.
before
And
girlfriends.
exactly. Exactly. And what we said, honesty forever. Do you remember these words? Or maybe you forgot about them.
I do remember, and that's why I came to tell you, because I'm flipping guilty about this been going on for so long. And I haven't told
Oh,
you the
1
full
year and
story.
3 years. 1 year and 3 months.
Yeah.
And you are telling me now before we're going to the party and not before. Why? Why?
She's pregnant. I'm not kidding. About a month pregnant.
I will come to your house and destroy you physically, you and that bitch.
I know. I'm sorry. She
Pregnant.
come to me because you've got to admit, like I said, you wasn't happy with this relationship, and that's why she came to me. And I helped her through it just as I helped you. I tried to be there for both of you. The problem is, we
Yeah.
grew close, and then it ended up being more romantic than all it intended to be.
Yeah, but you're confused. You're confused, I think, between like to be a friend for us and become like the new guy. No one asked you this. Why you did this? Why? You cannot say love. This is like what is competition.
No,
Because
it's not
I was in
competition.
a relationship.
Not competition. No. I can't be more honest than love. I love her,
It's
and
funny to be honest.
she said she loved me more than she's ever loved you. I
From
know.
all the people, like I could expect this from Peter, Jeffrey, but from you, especially after we spend like 20 years together, sleep over, the promises, all the time that we help each other. I don't have other, I mean, I don't know. I need time, to be honest, you know what? Because now, I don't know, I might say things, but maybe I don't believe in it. I need time to think.
I didn't mean for it to happen this way. I didn't. And it happened, right?
Yeah,
I felt guilty for a year and months, but the
really,
problem
you
is,
felt guilty for 1 year. You basically destroyed my life, and you felt guilty for 1 year.
yes,
And you have been waiting 1 year. 1 year.
yeah, I had to. I had to tell you because i- if I didn't, I would never feel good about this, and I need to move on with her, so I needed to tell you.
Okay, let's do it this way. I'm not coming to the party because obviously I'm not now in very good mood and I really want to punch the wall and your face. Let's do it this way. Happy life, enjoy your kids and whatever, and bye bye.
Yeah, thank you. That was a very good take. I really liked Mirko. I really liked how angry you got, and I really like you do really good like.
I can't do more. You know, I would love to do more, but because I'm afraid that the police will come.
Yeah, no, I really like you do
cannot
very.
go
No,
beyond.
it's a very quiet anger, which
Hmm.
I think is actually more realistic than people screaming and stuff. I actually prefer it because when I get angry, I go quiet, and it's exactly how I'd be if I was angry. So
Okay.
it's like a very like a lot of times when people lose their temper, a lot of the times it's not they start screaming and stuff. It's they do go very within themselves.
Yeah.
And kind of this anger's kind of seething, and they are trying to hold on to it, which is what like I get that when you play that like anger, you're like a minute, like a little bit away from going that full screaming and stuff. But like it's kind of being held, like it shows someone with restraint, which is I think really interesting to see and something I wish we saw more of sometimes with the kind of quiet anger. I think it's really good, and obviously I don't really like shouting in here either. I'm like I don't live in this house alone either, so if I started shouting, people would start worrying and police would come. So yeah, it's yeah, I really like the take. I think we could try one more with just
Yeah.
I think Aaron with you just a little bit more playing off the anger, kind of not like you push it a bit, and then when it looks like Merker's really going to lose it, you kind of retreat a little bit
Okay.
because he's kind of you like you guys have known each other for a long time. You know when he's about to lose it compared to when he's just in a bad place. So you're going to know when to start and when to stop, and like I think defensiveness is very good with you. Like trying to like when you start saying stuff instead of just taking it, maybe try and like defend it. And America trying to deconstruct the defenses. Like it kind of goes into like this little two-way of you'll say something about him, you'll try and defend it, and then you'll fight back against it. Use examples and stuff. Just try and think of like stuff that probably would have happened between them in the past, and maybe something like this nearly happened, or maybe Adam was in a situation where he could have cheated on one of James's previous girlfriends and he didn't.
Hmm.
And it kind of goes, well, I didn't in this situation, so why did you? And I think that could be very interesting to play off. But yeah, if we just try this take and then we'll be doing the final take.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. When you're ready.
Hi, James.
Hi, Adam. How are you?
Oh my God, I cannot cope anymore with this lockdown. I'm getting mental.
Yeah, I know. It's been a nightmare. How's Tina, by the way? Is she good? You know, I know she has a bit of struggle at work with the lockdown and the rules they've put in place there.
I mean, she's good. Yeah. Yeah, because they introduced now that you need to wear the face mask, and yeah, she's not really happy about this because I mean she's working 8 hours, so yeah, and she's a little bit claustrophobic, but yeah, I mean she's okay. The problem that we can't see each other. I mean, it's been months that we do all the calls, video calls, and I really miss her. I want to really physically see her. And I'm so excited for this party that is coming up Saturday because it's going actually to be the first time that I see her after months.
Good, yeah. I will. I'm coming to the party, by the way. I can't wait. It's going to be great fun. Yeah, I've got. I'm bringing
Ah,
something
you're coming with
special
some
along.
fun.
I'm bringing someone special along.
James is getting engaged.
No, not really, but it was a reason why I called you for this meeting between you. I wanted to get something off my chest about a special someone.
No, you get with Samantha.
No, mate.
I was worried.
Samantha. No.
I was worried
No.
to see you and Samantha together.
No. No.
Is it Emily?
God, no.
Why not? She's so cute, and every time she looks at you with that puppy eyes.
Yeah. But the thing is, she just isn't my type, mate. I'm afraid. It's nature. I'm afraid.
You
The way
can
it is.
find your heart. It's true. So who is this?
That's the thing, mate. I wanted to get off my chest. It's someone quite close to you, I'm afraid.
We are talking about a girl, right?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. No, because out of my chest, all this hesitation.
No.
Okay. Yeah, tell me, I don't. We have been friends for how long? 20, 25 years? Spill it.
I'm going out with Tina.
Tina who?
Your
My
Tina.
Tina?
Yeah.
Is it a joke? Do you have a camera you want to record my reaction to post it?
I'm not joking. I'm being serious. As serious as that day I made that vow to you.
Okay, and how long have you been together with Tina?
Before lockdown.
When? If we were always together.
Going on for about a year now, a year and a couple of months. The thing is, she never liked you. She always liked me more. And that was why she decided, you know what? I want to go out with me. So she decided to do that.
Is still this part of the joke? Huh?
No, I'm not joking. She.
No, okay, let me get this straight. So you and Tina are together, so she doesn't like me anymore. So why on earth she didn't tell me?
She wanted me to tell you.
And how long have you been together? Say it
A
again.
year and a couple of months.
So okay, so she's asking you to tell me the truth 1 year, 1 month after.
Yes. And I wanted to tell you as well. I've had this guilt all this time that I was never happy with the mistakes I made and going out with her for all this time. But the truth is, mate, I like her. I
Okay.
want to be with her.
Mhm.
And as I said, it's nature.
Yeah, but you suck
It's that
anyway.
special person in my heart.
Yeah, but you suck as a friend. I mean, after 1 year, 1 month, 2 months, whatever, you tell me this bullshit. All the video call that we have done in the past year, the calls, the video calls.
Yes, that it was going on behind the scenes. The thing is, right, in lockdown, obviously, going through all that, we had loads of video calls.
Yeah.
And the problem with all these video calls is, well, we wanted to meet up in person, and as we lived closer together, we did. We set up our own little bubble when it was allowed and stuff like that. Yes, I broke the law.
Okay, that I understand. I mean, you live closer. I mean, we are friends. You see each other, but from there to get to the point that you are now, I don't get it.
We've been having sex for a long time now.
Sex. So for just for fun?
No. She's pregnant.
Are you fucking joking me?
I ain't joking you. She's pregnant. And we're not getting rid of it. We want to keep it.
What's my role in all of this?
I don't know. You know, I don't have the answer for
Yeah,
that.
you should. Sorry, I think we reversed the part here, but you shouldn't give me attitude. I should be the one with attitude, not you, because you screw my girlfriend. She's pregnant. I'm not sorry. It's not my girlfriend anymore. It's your girlfriend. I'm outside there in the street, and you give me the fucking attitude. Yes. Yeah. Keep going with the explanation, please.
Everyone knows.
Okay.
The whole village knows about this, and they've been knowing about it for some time.
So basically, during lockdown, that you weren't supposed to go out, you went out with her hands by hands.
Yeah, and people found out. People know she's pregnant, all but you.
Wow. So the promise that you made when we were 10, it doesn't mean anything to you, basically.
It doesn't when I love someone. I had to follow my heart. You must understand that.
Yeah, but if we are friends and that promise was made in that sense, if you don't like, I understand all the emotion of the words, but if you don't force these feelings, it wouldn't happen. If you know where you were, sorry, now I'm getting tense. If you know where is your place, it wouldn't happen like this. You would be friends, and that's it. Because you would respect me, you would respect her. Not this situation where, what is competition? Are you jealous because I had a relationship?
No. It's not competition. And
So what's that? It's love.
What it is you have always not been good with her. You have always not had a good relationship with her.
Yeah, but that is problem. It's a problem between me and her, not between me, you, and her.
She always told me about it. And I was sort of a counselor to her. I gave her advice. I tried to help her through the situation. But the fact is, through all that, we discovered love. And that was it. And that's why she discovered the fact that she no longer wanted to be with you. She was horrible with you. She felt gross with you. She wanted to now fully embrace coming on to me. And now we've got a baby on the way. We want to start a family. So we couldn't keep this anymore. We had to tell you.
So, just a quick question. Let's say that she weren't pregnant. Would you have said this to me?
No.
Okay, so this explain the way you value our friendship. Because if she wasn't pregnant, you wouldn't say anything. You would carry on this buffoonery behind my back. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? I'm happy for you too. Enjoy the rest of your life. In any case, we know how it's going to happen because you cannot keep a fucking relationship more than 1 year and a half. So as soon as you're going to approach this, you're going to freak out and you're going to run away. So you know what? Enjoy, fuck off, and goodbye.
Hey, that was really good. Thank you. Yeah, that was a real good take. I really liked
I want to interrupt you, Aaron.
It was a good build. You just it was a good it got to the point. I could feel the point where you just got to, all right, fuck off now. You know, it got to that nice point of I don't want to talk anymore. Goodbye, we're done. Which I really liked how you played that. It was a good build and got a good couple of takes. I'm really happy with it. It's getting it's building. It's going nice. We're going to be doing a last take in like a few minutes.
Yeah.
Just go as long as you want. Do you know which one of you wants to play Adam this time, or do you have a preference on who you prefer to play?
On this is up to you. You're the director. For me, I don't mind. Adam. No, Adam. Adam is the victim, right?
Pardon?
Adam is the victim.
Yeah, Adam's the victim of this.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind to play Adam, but it's up to you, Aaron.
I don't mind playing James. Like I said, it's I don't mind.
The reaction that I love. I would love to say things like you say to people. That is the reality. I love the way you say it.
Yeah, I think you, Mecca, you as Adam, and Aaron, you as James is the good dynamic, because I think Mecca, you're good at getting angry, and Aaron, you're very good at like saying something like how someone would just say it bluntly to get it out.
Yeah.
I think maybe a little bit more like getting a bit upset sometimes might be helpful for this final take.
Okay.
I think just getting like a little bit, it's building, and sometimes like since like Merca as Adam is throwing all this stuff at you, like you're taking it well, but would James take it as well? If you know what I mean? Would he take that well? Would he, or would he, get a bit flustered at times and then kind of go, well, hang on, kind of try and stop because Mecca, you're kind of, I like that you throw like 6 things. I'm like, you're doing this, you're doing this, you're doing this, and maybe James gets a little overwhelmed. He's like, well, hang on, and tries to stop Adam talking to answer the things he said. And I just rebuild the argument to the point where, like, just build it and build it and build it to it's the fact where Adam has to hang up, because otherwise he's gonna really lose it. He has to. It gets to the point of he's getting so angry that he can't be there anymore. Really, so James really like rattle his cage. Was James really rattle his cage, but don't feel so bad to like go off the offensive and again hit that more sympathetic side to James.
Yeah.
We don't want to immediately hate James. I don't think we don't want to hate him completely. We want to see there's a bit of like he's not, obviously he did a bad thing, but he did it for a reason that people can sympathize with.
Yeah.
And with Adam, it's that justified anger. You're like, you don't really care why it shouldn't have happened. Full stop. Kind of, you're like, he's telling you it, and like you want to know why, but like when he's using it as an excuse, it doesn't excuse what he did. Just because you understand why he did it, doesn't make it better. And then he keeps adding on to it, and it's kind of just, not only has this guy been cheating, it's been over a year during the time where you were waiting. You placed that lockdown. You've been waiting to see this person for a year. You haven't been you've been calling them, and they've been there. But then it turns out that your best mate's been with her behind your back, and all you've been able to think about when that was all going on was, I can't wait to see her again. So it's like, it will be crushing when you get that. So I'm gonna stop recording of this.